Welcome into the Michigan Football Report. And folks, it is your birthday, it's Christmas, it's New Year's Eve, it's 4th of July, all wrapped into one. The 2020 Michigan football team starts official fall practice today, September 30th. I'm excited. You guys are excited. It's a business year for Michigan football, so I wore my Sunday best, my Michigan football jacket. Let's jump into a little bit of a different show than you might be used to. It is my 5 bold predictions, and some of you guys are going to say, oh, that's not that bold, James. That's why it is a show that you have the ability to comment on. So let's jump into them. Comment below if you think anything differently than what I have. Number 1, and these are in no particular order, so this isn't my top, lock of the year bold prediction, but I think Don Brown is seeing, certainly saw the writing on the wall after 2017 Penn State, and he solved that issue. They've, they did pretty well against Penn State in 2018 and really well against them in 2019, but the result wasn't there. I think he's at least trying something different with this year throughout the season against, to build up to Ohio State, less man-to-man, less putting your guys in an island, less just waiting for a guy like, I don't know, name your player, Josh Metellus, etc., Brandon Watson, who are just getting smoked by Ohio State over and over. Try more zone. Don't let Ohio State go 3 wide to the right, 1 to the left, and just crisscross everybody. Leave your slowest guy in the secondary or a linebacker against a super fast Ohio State wide receiver. So I think it starts from game 1. I think that Michigan will potentially have some growing pains with it. You might get a few blown coverages. You might get plays that somebody gets deep that you haven't seen from the Don Brown defense when it comes one-on-one. But overall, if they can implement it and they can stick with it throughout the season, I'm hoping that it'll pay dividends against Ohio State come December 12th. The question for you guys, comment below. And we've been asking this question for a couple of years, so it might be just repetitive at this point. Can Don Brown beat Ohio State? I'm going to make this the pinned comment beneath the video. I'll comment and give my thoughts as well. Go down, comment on that while this YouTube ad break plays. When you come back up, the ad will be done. Make sure to subscribe to the Michigan Football Report, folks. With the season 24 days away, we are the #1 source on YouTube and, frankly, the best source on any medium out there for Michigan football news. We get a couple more subscribers than normal. Hopefully, we'll get enough by the season starts to have a show every single day throughout the 8-week 2020 Big Ten football season. Next up, number 2. Michigan is going to have the best front 7 in the Big Ten. Maybe this isn't a bold take. Maybe you don't think this one's a bold take, and that's fine. Maybe we'll get bolder as things go on. I think that might actually be the case. But with everyone returning in the front 7 that we expected to return, so Aiden Hutchinson didn't opt out, didn't try and transfer. Kwity Paye came back, and he's kind of playing for potential first-round spot in the 2021 NFL Draft if he lives up to the hype that some have put on him, some national people have put on him. Then I like what they get. If Chris Hinton develops as a player, Carlo Camp, you've got an awesome first-string defensive line. And then the secondary, Michael Barrett will be kind of a wild card. We don't know what to expect with him. Khaleke Hudson has manned that position as Viper for the last 3 seasons straight. But with Josh Ross returning after playing a few games and redshirting kind of last year, you've got some great linebacker talent coming back this year. Cam McGrone, we all know what he brings to the table. Reminds me a lot of Devin Bush in his second year as a starter. You'll get some really great play from him. So if the secondary can hold up, if they can make the zone something that helps them not get burned against fast wide receivers, I think you're going to see a lot of great play out of the linebackers and the defensive line to have the best front 7 in the Big Ten. Number 3, Joe Milton's going to throw a lot of interceptions. We have a video for you in a day or two that's just talking about the absurd amount of hype that people in the national media, in the local Blog Boy Ann Arbor media, the fans, people on Twitter, everyone seems to want to anoint Joe Milton as the next Devin Gardner. I'm sorry, as the next Cam Newton, as the next Jameis Winston. Some people said, oh, he's Patrick Mahomes, he's Ben Roethlisberger, et cetera, et cetera. From everything I've heard, he definitely is talent. Okay, we all know that. He can throw the ball 80 yards. He's got some athleticism. But let's not forget he threw for 47% or something like that in high school passing. And let's also not forget that the sources I've had on Joe Milton have said This guy is inaccurate as heck. Throw the ball 80 yards, but is inaccurate as heck. He's worked on it all year, but I think he's going to throw a lot of interceptions, maddening amount of interceptions compared to what Michigan fans are used to. Shea Patterson, what do you have, 6, 7, 8 interceptions over the last 2 seasons? One every other game through that. So the record for Michigan for interceptions this season, by the way, 15. He's clearly not going to hit that. I hope not in 8 games. But Denard did in 2011. Devin Gardner did in 2014. That's why he was on my mind. And then a guy named Stan Noskin back in 1959 when Michigan was an air raid team threw 15 interceptions as well. So hopefully Milton doesn't get there, but I think you're going to get at least 1.5 per game throughout the year. Guys, it's our last day. The offer ends tonight at midnight. Chatsports.com/GoBlue. Promo code GoBlue with BetUS. If you want to bet on sports this fall, if you want to bet on Big Ten games when they start up in a few weeks, NFL this Sunday, it is fun. And we got the best promo going for you right now. Use promo code GoBlue. You get a 125% deposit bonus. Put in 100 to get an extra 125 plus Michigan football authentic Jordan brand jerseys from our pockets straight to yours. We're going to mail it right to you. All you got to do when you set up with BetUS, email goblue@chatsports.com and just say, got going with BetUS. Send me the jersey. We'll get some information from you. Reminder, BetUS is where I'm placing my bets this fall. Promo code GoBlue. Make sure you use the promo code. Don't email me if you didn't use the promo code because it's just really tough to track down. 125% deposit bonus plus a Michigan football jersey will ship to you from our office right to you. Number 4 on the list, Giles Jackson. In our video yesterday, I asked you guys who you thought the best receiver, the leading receiver for Michigan from a yards perspective will be this year. I am putting my money, although I'm not really putting money on it. I'm just putting my thoughts, my prediction on Giles Jackson. I think you have a breakout season from him. I'm really excited what we saw Giles Jackson down the stretch last year. And if they keep him the role that he was recruited for, which is a wide receiver, a slot wide receiver who can also go outside, then I think he's going to lead the team in receiving yards this year. Whether that's 600 receiving yards or 1,100 receiving yards, I think it's actually going to come down to Joe Milton more than anything. But I think Ronnie Bell is the player that most people are predicting to be the leading wide receiver. But Ronnie Bell might end up being one of those players that plays a lot for Jim Harbaugh as a freshman or as a sophomore, gets in the starting lineup early, but as time goes on, other players, younger players, eclipse him in stats, in production, all that. I think Ronnie Bell is certainly talented. I think he's going to make an impact on this team for the next 2 seasons. But I think he kind of hit his ceiling last year. His ceiling is probably 600, 650 receiving yards, where I think Giles Jackson potentially has 1,000 yard receiver talent. Not in an 8-game season, but you know what that kind of talent looks like. Comment below. Ask you guys this question. Who is going to lead Michigan in receiving yards in 2020? We asked yesterday, got a lot of results. So if you watched that video yesterday, toss your same answer down there. You know my answer. So go ahead and type Ronnie Bell, type Giles Jackson, type Nico Collins if you think he's coming back. Mike Sainristil, heck, even Roman Wilson if you believe in what the blog boys think about this 2020 season. Last but not least, I think Daxton Hill is going to be the best player on the Michigan football team in 2020, and he will be a first-team All-American. Now, the one thing that could potentially stop him from being a first-team All-American, other than production, is what position that he ends up playing for this team. There's been rumors out there that he could change to cornerback, nickelback, stay at safety. I'm not sure, but if he stays at safety, I think he's going to put up the stats and the impact plays that will make him stand out from other safeties in the country. First-team All-American, and maybe not this year, maybe next year. I'm predicting this year. We'll see what happens. But if he moves a corner, going to be a lot more competition. If he moves a nickel corner, I think not only a lot more competition, but also potentially less stats, less opportunity to get stats, less opportunity to get a bunch of tackles like you can at safety. So we'll see what happens with his position. But if he stays at safety, I've got Michigan at our Daxton Hill as a first-team All-American. That is our show for today, folks. Thank you so much for watching. Football season is back, and it feels awesome. So make me feel awesome by subscribing to the channel. Hit the button. We'll make it really easy for you. Take your mouse or your finger, click it. If you didn't see our video yesterday, I got it for you right here. And another Michigan Football Report video for you right here. Go Blue.